to be talking about this guy and the movie that he appeared in, because he appeared in a movie, and I'm assuming, as Pixar always does, was hinted at in an earlier movie. Maybe not directly, but you know, it's always there. Pixar movies is always there. So I don't usually like Pixar or Disney films ever. Like I've seen them. Like I've seen Toy Story. I've seen Alice in Wonderland. And then again, I also recently watched again WALL-E. But you know, all in all, I don't really like Disney films. You know, the ones that are like Disney specifically influenced. And you know, ever since I was brought to light by what Disney has done and how greedy a company can be, you know, it's like I don't want to help them out, but even if I don't, I've somehow helped them out, like buying Star Wars tickets, Disney tickets. Like I used the free trial of a Disney Plus account. You know, there's one film that I already spoiled which one it is, that has everything that I think a perfect film should have, which is like, you know, as you know, it's about love, it's about struggle, corporate greed, idiosyncrasies, and what I want in life, at least. And you know, it left me walking out of the theater holding my own hands. And of course, as you already guessed, this film is WALL-E. Here's a quick recap. Due to the Earth going kaput around the 22nd century, BNL, also known as By and Large, makes up for it by trying to pick up all the trash and trying to save the environment, which leads to the creation of WALL-E, aka Waste Allocation Load Lifter Earth Class. Due to the fact that the Earth is about to die, there are these big storms that happen that leads to every other WALL-E getting broken, except for one, the main character. Duh. Which we meet in the film, doing his job, but having developed his own personality, I think. And doing things like collecting trinkets and making a home and a WALL-E deployment thing and all that. Evading superstorms to keep, quote-unquote, alive, for lack of a better term. In one of his many outings, he sees a little red dot, which he chases, that leads him to an unmanned ship that holds the future love of his life, Eve, aka a extraterrestrial vegetation evaluator, searching for something. Upon calling her attention and her being intrigued by the past of her technical BNL history, let's pretend for a second an iPhone 13 Pro Max had a conscience and was looking at one of the original Macintosh computers and was like, oh cool, I came from that? Well, he shows her one of his few trinkets that he collected, a plant. Upon scanning it, she becomes an egg shape and is soon picked up by the same ship as before. WALL-E tags along and has an entire adventure, becoming the sole hero of the film by literally protecting the plant close to the end, and helping humanity even after they were told not to come back to the Earth thanks to the A113 directive. But you know, it's a nice film. It has everything that I could ever love in a film. You know, main characters that don't talk is certainly one of the points I wrote here. You know, it achieves that. It achieves a film that doesn't like have a character that's like trying to drive a point home or something. It's just like, you know, he's smitten in love and he wants to be with Eve. Like his whole entire life, he's just been watching this little musical in an iPod in his little like in his crib, and it's just, you know, it's the saddest thing ever. And he's just there all of his life, just sad in there. And you know, he's like, when is my love life gonna come around? And then Eve arrives and he's like, oh, okay, let me see if it's it. Turns out it's it. Because, you know, it's like they fall in love as well. And, you know, it's got everything that a film could ever, you know, need. From like great visuals, an amazing skybox, world building. You see it a lot around. You see a lot world building. Epicinematic shots like the dance in space where Wally and Eve are just like going around each other. Eve's like flying on her own, and Wally has a fire extinguisher, which is talked about earlier on. Intriguing moments like the few seconds at the end where he's like gone, but is he or is he not gone? And how mega corporations work and everything. And it's like, point for point, an excellent film. I could not give it a better rating than 5 out of 5 or maybe 100 out of 100 because it hits a lot of points that not many films today like strike on the head. A lot of films kind of like forget certain details or don't do certain things in that. Even like Disney's like at fault for that sometimes. Not every film is so excellently crafted. Pixar films, I will agree, are very well crafted, but certain films, they forget a detail here, a detail there, and like WALL-E is like very on par with getting a lot of the points of like keeping track of things. Like the fire extinguisher bit is like kept up from earlier on in the film. Like the plant is used, like the plant becomes like the MacGuffin of the whole thing, and it's like you have to chase around the MacGuffin of things, and it's just like a great and excellent film that doesn't have a lot wrong with it. And I can't really find any fault on it because it's a childhood classic. Literally, I went as like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old more or less. No, wait, 2008. I went at like a 10-year-old, yeah, to watch the film. Like I said in the beginning, I left holding my hands like this. I was like, is this what I want? Is this what I need? Existential. And ensue every other relationship in my life. I have with me notes that I took whilst watching WALL-E, and I'm gonna these are a lot of notes, by the way. I'm gonna highlight you some quick ones. I'm not gonna go too far ahead of myself and like pretend like all of these notes are the best thing ever. Let's start with the very top one, which I scoff at every time. Made by Disney and Pixar. Ugh, Disney. Earth is full of trash. Higher than skyscrapers, like I said before. We can see an early development of capitalism taking over our human lives with the inherent fact that B&L, by and large, owns everything from the food they eat to the stuff they use. WALL-E has an iPod, which he views with a giant magnifier. This speaks volumes to how Apple Inc. has influenced Pixar. Literally, in the very opening scenes of the movie, is watching the song, the musical with an iPod on top of a toaster, I believe, or a thing, and then he just pulls a giant magnifying lens to watch it. He found the plant. He also found the dots of Eva's ship landing. He has the capacity to feel curiosity and fear. A robot. Beer. Wow. B&L owns space. WALL-E made a heart with their names in it. We're in space, boys. Made it to the axiom. More show of capitalism. For some reason I wrote communism on there. Oh yeah, it was Otto. I knew it. They jettisoned the plant. This is talking about the scene where WALL-E just like straight up gets shot out through a escape pod. You never would have thought that through sheer emotion, bots could say, "Help me with this," with just symbols. The plant protocol has been deployed. A113. Ha ha ha. WALL-E, please don't die. No die, but he blank. Okay, he back cause robot kiss. Happy ending. Literally, that's all I wrote. I literally just wrote like, WALL-E, please no die. No die, but he blank. Okay, he back cause robot kiss. Happy end. Again, like I said before, I don't like that many Pixar films. Like at the top of my head that I can say Disney and Pixar films are like Toy Story, The Incredibles, maybe. Like those are two films that I solidly grew up with and thoroughly enjoy. Not as much as WALL-E though. Like, you know, WALL-E is just a league on its own. Like they are each film is like has its own shining moments, but WALL-E is above and beyond great because, you know, it gave me a love for recycling and trying to help the planet, And, you know, I do my part. I try to be as clean as possible, but it also brought to my attention like this level of capitalism that exists, where everything is just negativity upon negativity of like affecting of the earth. And so, you know, it's this is an inherent love of wanting to improve nature that's led me to be like, you know, a recycling junkie, I guess. I try to make sure that the planet is safe at least once every other time. Clearly it's not, you know. It's helped me recognize that nature kind of needs help from everyone, including the mega corporations. I feel like there should be like a level of, you know, mega corporation, but that it can still, you know, produce as much as it does. You know, there should be like something similar to that, and like help people and everything. And like even if you look at the movie and post credits, like there's an obvious improvement where not everything is just like, you know, taken to the extreme. To be fair, Pixar's got it going. No lie, it's got it going. You know, every time I watch this movie, it makes me happy. It's just an excellent film, and there is no comparison to WALL-E. WALL-E, it's again a league of its own. The characters are great. The film as a whole is great. Everything is great, and you know, it's epic. It's a great film. It's nothing too extreme. It's not like super science fiction. It's to the point what the writers and directors of this film wanted it to be, because it reaches the heart and soul of many problems. As such, quite frankly, 10 out of 10. It's a great film, or 5 out of 5, or 100 out of 100, whichever one you pick. You pick the one. You pick the one. Oh hey, editing me. This was fun. This took me a while, mainly inspiration-wise, but it was fun. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. This is the start of a series, and this series is going to be the objective of criticizing my favorite film. That's it. That's it. We're going to be criticizing my favorite films. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching and for being very patient with me. I am trying to solve situations. As you can see, I've changed the place where I am filming everything. It's a new room. It's, you know, it's just trying to. I think it's been not on hyper focus this entire time. It's okay. There we go. It's been like a whole process. I'm trying to get this place sorted out, but it's pretty close to what I want it. You know, end game sort of thing. And also, this thing moves. Originally, it was on the corner, but this thing is great. Everything so far in this place is great. I hope it keeps doing great. Thank you all very much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like if you liked it, comment down below what I should do next, and subscribe for more content. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.